everybody, it's Sunday and I am here at my local bar, Stippling. It's bar literally has just opened, so nobody's here yet, so the music is down low. Hopefully Daniel will keep it low for the next 10 to 15 minutes so I can do my video here, and then we will get to work on doing the time-lapse video. I'm having a lot of fun doing these time-lapse videos. I've gotten 3 done. So if you want to watch the progress, that's why it's important to subscribe to my channel so you can see the Saturday and Sunday short videos I do. So we got the boss pages being worked on here. I got the hobo here reading the book. And then over here we have the pages. And what is the characters are fighting almost like, do you remember when they did the, George Perez did a, oh gosh, what was it? It was Brave and the Bold, and they had the Book of Eternity. That's kind of how I'm looking at it, where the pages themselves, the stories taking, the actions taking part in the pages as they float around. So we've got Krim, we've got the creature that's fighting Krim, and then up top here, we got Jazz, and she's entangled by the creature, and it's having its way with Jazz. And then of course we have the pages over here. This one's going to be a silhouette. We're going to have the magic guy, I think, here, and then the sword guy will be down here. But they're all going to be taking part in this interaction with the creature and Krim. So I think today I'm at the point where I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a time lapse doing this creature. I'm going to work with the eyes and the mouth and just start working there. So here's where we're at, is just to occupy my time and to make it interesting for people watching. When I was spotting the blacks of the previous videos, you can see where I was like making skulls and whatnot, and I'm still on the fence. Should I keep the skulls or not? What I can do is, let me go down to this skull down here. See, this is a stark black and white. What I can always do is I can always go in with dots and put in a very light screen of dots, almost like a 10% zip. And then the skull won't be as predominant. And it won't be taken away from all the action going on inside the pages. So you take a look at this and you can see where the skull is still there, but it's not predominant. And I'm still on the fence whether I should do that with all these skulls, some of these skulls, or whether I should just black it out and have it as stark black and just let the texture of the stippling represent the area. So I don't know, I'm still on the fence. I did one yesterday down here. But I don't know. I mean, that's where, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments as to whether I should keep these skulls or just black them out. So that's where you guys and your assistance would come in. Be greatly appreciative. Some notes. Mike Barron, who we all know, he's been kicked off of Kickstarter, and he's had shadow banning with Indiegogo. On Fund My Comic, the new crowdfunding site. It's only about 2 to 3 months old. Mike Barron's newest book called Bronze Star with Pat Broderick, that is live on that site. So I am going to definitely be backing on that site. Another site, and this is where I still believe we need a central site for all campaigns. Specifically Iron Age and Comicsgate campaigns, is because of what's going on with these larger companies. Fund My Comics is important because it creates a central site for us to go to. One book I discovered on this site was one called The Unbreakable Argonauts, and the creators stated that this is in the vein of the golden era of superheroes. But if you're a fan of Justice Society, or like the era of the Mystery Men, this is definitely going to be a book for you. I'm really intrigued by it. The concept sounds good, because I always have been a big fan of the golden age heroes and the era of the mystery men. So I'm really curious about this book. Concept sounds good. So far, this page layouts look good. I'm not completely sold on the artwork yet. The artwork's a bit raw. I think the coloring of the book they really saves and enhances that that rawness of the artwork. I may back it, I may not, but I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on this campaign. And it's also available on Fund My Comic. So definitely wanted you guys to go over there and check it out. Last night on the chat, we wanted to keep it light, and the problem was we blew through all of our topics so quickly, we had to hit the L, the big L, which is basically that purity test that Malin and Ethan and Matt Barr was throwing out there into the Twitter sphere. I'm strongly against the way they presented the information, and I am strongly against their dictating terms to creators. And if you're an independent creator, you go wherever you can get your book to get eyes on it, and you are responsible for your success. Ethan is not responsible for your success. John Malin is not responsible for your success. You are, and it means so. For you to be noticed by John Malin and Ethan, that's your responsibility. Okay, so I wasn't crazy about the topic. I tried to keep my mouth shut as much as possible, and then I kind of did blow up some, but I stand by what I said. You as creators don't have the right to dictate terms for creators or where they can go to get their funding. So, and then during the course of the stream, I lost power. And I thought it was because we did have a storm rolling through. Well, here, it wasn't losing power that caused my all my lights in my computer and everything to go black. Here, the dog was curled up underneath my desk because of the thunderstorm coming in, and she put pressure against the power cord right at the right spot, and it flipped the switch on the power cord. So if you watch the chat on Danger Vanessa, last night's episode, about an hour and 40 minutes in, you'll see where we're all talking, and boom, no more light for me, and the only thing to see was the reflection of the phone screen and the iPad screen on my glasses. So made things interesting, that's for sure. So, but yeah, the dog was going completely crazy, and the dog was like underfoot for the entire stream afterwards. It was ridiculous. But hey, I now know if that ever happens again, and if the dog's underneath my computer desk, I'll know why. So it happens. So, but it was entertaining. But as always, another scenario where when stuff like that happens, you work your way through it. So now they announced next week we do the review of the Ultimates by Kevin Rogafort, and then we will be Rogafort has, or Kenneth Rogafort has notified Danger Vanessa he's giving away a page of the book. He has a page from the book he did, and he's giving away a free page. So you need to be on the show to watch it, to be able to participate. And what it is that you will be notified at the beginning of the show and throughout the show. You have to put a hashtag, like hashtag Roqueforth, hashtag the chat. Sometimes you have to put something in the chat, And then there's a number generator connected to StreamYard, that then most likely at the end of the show we will then hit that number generator, and the person who it picks up from doing the hashtag will then be the winner. We'll be able to determine that. So that's a great thing. We were notified, I think it was about I would say about almost a month ago, we were notified by Ken that we are going to be giving away this page. So I would definitely advise you all to spread the word if you want to have the opportunity to get this page of artwork. Check it out. So we are all, I mean, I'm excited because this is the first time we've done such a thing. Because this is a stream design, this is like essentially always been a non-shill stream. Vanessa's not crazy about it, but I think where Vanessa's really not crazy about it is she doesn't want the channel to become too big, which is a valid argument and valid concern, because we gotta remember, the chat is about the fans, not the backers of books. The chat is not about YouTube viewers. She wants the people who are in the chat to be fans of the books. This is not a... we all know that with the larger channels like Ethan and Malin and even Shane Davis, people tune in for the YouTube drama and they don't tune in to back books. Now there's a good portion that do, but not everyone in the chat is there to back a book. So I think that's one of the things that she's concerned with, that it's going to be, we're going to have a lot of people who are not necessarily fans of or I should say not fans, but backers in the chat. But hey, I look at it as those were like, take advantage of it. I believe that when we do that, we should be promoting the fact that every single Saturday we have our Sandwich Saturday competition, and at every single at the end of each year we have our Nobody Gives a Damn award show. I'm actually working on the already coming up with ideas, because see, when I sent out the books, or should I say the award certificates last year, to get the book rate, I was sending out my ash can for scat investigators. And this year I don't want to send the same thing out. I think what I might do is, I've done about 8 to 9 pieces of artwork from fan competitions. I think what I'm going to do is just print them all off small, like you take a regular sheet of legal paper, print them on that I can like fold it in half, and all I need is 2 sheets and a staple, and it will I can state that it is a book, and that way I can send all the certificates out, and they will be going out at a book rate, which is less expensive for me. Plus also, it's a form of self-promotion to all these creators. Like, hey, congratulations on winning this award. This is what some of the stuff that I've done. Maybe down the road it will result in one of these creators reaching out to me and wanting me to do some work for them. You always got to figure out some way to do it. So this is how one of my ways is doing it now. I fully understand that once I am officially a creator, I am off the chat show. And that's one of the reasons why it's important to branch out and be known amongst all the other shows. That way you have the possibility in the future to be invited onto these shows. So, okay guys, I'm about ready to stop doing this, because like I said, I understand if people watching this have already noped out, because all I'm doing is just spotting the blacks and it's boring. Time-lapse videos next, and like I said, the time-lapse, we're going to be working on this guy right here. We're going to be working on here. I'll just start it off right here. So we're going to have his teeth. Just get them teeth started, and then get in there and get in there in between the teeth, so that way. And see, this is where I really don't like doing the time lapse because I have to move the paper around, and the time lapse work best when the paper's not being moved around. So, but if it has to be moved, it has to be moved. So, but you can see how it started, and then what I'll do after that is I'll go in and I'll real lightly start doing the dots right in like these areas here. Or I should do the shading underneath these tentacles. So you cannot see it just yet because the nib's almost out of ink. So give me a second here. Hold on here, I gotta get some of the ink off of it. When I'm doing these really light dots, it's best to not have a wet ink well full of ink. It's best to get some of that ink out, and then you can go in just real lightly. So you can see how I'm just going real lightly, going in there, and then go dark. Put a lot of dots in this area to create your darkness. Just go in there real lightly. See, this is the reason why I like the time lapses. I don't have to, because I'm focusing on when I'm inking, and that way I don't have to be distracted by doing the talking. So, but you can see how that's going. So it gives you an idea of what this is going to look like, and it's like I said, the time lapse video I'm doing next will be going into that. So I hope you will stick around. Remember, when I'm doing those time lapse videos, I'm not talking. It's all just watching the dots. I don't do an overlay of music or anything. So, and that's where it's really important on those videos to like it and subscribe, and also share it out so other people can, who are fans of the Diaz brothers, or fans of watching time-lapse videos. Gives them a chance to discover the stippling process. So, okay, I'm gonna start working on that next. So, you guys all have a great day. It's a beautiful day here. But remember, above all else, life is stressful, and that's why you just take it all one dot at a time.